Jayson Tatum is the highest paid player in the NBA as we have some breaking news as he signed a massive extension with the Boston Celtics. That's right, 5 years, $314 million, and the best duo in the NBA will be back together. Brad Stevens, Wick Grusbeck, they are doing their part regardless of the noise of them possibly selling the team. They'll be pushing for banner 19. Welcome back to Celtics Digest. I'm your host, Bruce Veliz, with my co-host, Godfrey Sympre, and we're going to be breaking down all the Celtics news today revolving around Jayson Tatum. So if you guys want to make sure you stay up to date on everything revolving around this team, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, make sure you stay up to date with everything. Without further ado, though, let's dive into the news at hand. And Godfrey, JT is back, baby. We know we are excited. We were talking about it in the group chat. I know we're both pumped up, but this Celtics team is remaining pat, and that's something that we've expressed that we necessarily very like. We want to look at this report from Shams Charania. We can see that Boston Celtics All-NBA star Jayson Tatum is finalizing a 5-year, $314 million supermax contract extension through the 29-30 season. Sources tell The Athletic in the stadium. This is now the largest deal in NBA history. Now, Godfrey, last season, a lot of people were critiquing Jaylen Brown for being the highest paid player in the NBA, and he proved them wrong, winning the Eastern Conference Finals MVP and the Finals MVP. So I have to ask you, you think this contract is justified for JT?
Oh, this contract is more than justified for JT. One of the best players in the league, someone that is heavily scrutinized, but is deserved to become the first player to receive $70 million in the season. He's one of the best players in the league, and everyone still has something to say about him. He obviously could have won MVP during the NBA Finals. I really think this is a great move to lock up everyone and be able to run it back. That's the biggest thing. Run it back so we can get banner 19, Bruce. And I'm so happy and I'm so excited for this to happen.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody's been hating, and I know me and you've been longtime Celtics fans. All the people on the outside noise. Oh, break up Brown, break up Tatum, split them up. Now it is forsake. It is fortified that these guys will be here together for at least 5 more seasons, with Jaylen Brown's extension kicking in this season and Jayson Tatum's kicking in next year as well. But let's look at Jayson Tatum's stats for the year. Godfrey, 27 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists on 47% from the field and 38% from three, shooting 36% from corner threes. Now, I know a lot of Jayson Tatum got some slack during the NBA Finals for maybe not being the most dominant scorer, but as you and I can probably both agree, he contributed in a lot of other ways to get that Celtics success. I agree that I think he warrants this contract, and he definitely has shown and proven to us that he's worth this $60 million, even if the CBA is still going to be going up. He's deserving of being the highest paid player in the NBA, I think, at this moment.
I agree. I think the thing is, during the finals, he was affecting the game in more than one way. Like he was literally getting triple doubles, double doubles, passing the ball with some great passes to everyone in the corner and the wings. Jayson Tatum is really deserved. Like I can't really believe people think that he's not really a great player for the Celtics. And there's a lot of hate that always comes to him, but I think the way that he played in the finals in games 5 and 6 just really to close out the series in games 5, sorry, to close out the series was just showing that he's a player that deserves this contract and especially is someone that's really good. Like I can't believe people still to this day are really just hating on Jayson Tatum. It's something that doesn't make any sense to me, and I'm so excited that he's going to be on my team for the next seasons.
No, that's what I'm saying too. People don't understand that basketball is a two-way game at this point. I feel like with Twitter, maybe social media, the stat box, the box score watchers, that's all they really care about is those offensive stats. They don't care about that defensive side of the ball. But that's where the Celtics step up and have that kind of versatility because not only are they an offensive powerhouse, they are a defensive powerhouse. But with this signing, now we all know the Boston Celtics are strapped up in that cap. As we mentioned, Godfrey, the Celtics projected $192 million in salary. Holiday was back on an extension last offseason. So was Brown. Porziņģis signed as well. Tatum and Derrick White both signed today on extension. So if you missed that video talking about Derrick White, go check that one out. Pritchard is on contract. Springer is under contract. Shireman, the new pick, is here. Hauser is working out a new team deal. Walsh is under contract. Horford's under contract. Cornette and Cada, basically leaving 2 spots available for this Celtics team. We obviously know 3 Celtics have left: Tillman, O'Shea, and Spee. But could they possibly come back? Could 2 of them be back? we'll have to wait and see. But the only way the Celtics can go out and get them is through the veteran minimum. Now, when you see that, when you think about that, what are your kind of thoughts, and what do you think about the Celtics in the rest of free agency?
So the rest of free agency, in my opinion, we need to. I still think we need to get one more big, and I think we should bring back Tillman. But I also think another thing for us fans to worry about is that the luxury tax and the big taxes to our team are not going to go in effect till really much next season and the seasons beyond. So as much as we know, everyone's thinking, how are the Celtics being able to afford all these contracts? The majority of the taxes to our team are going to come in next season. So I still think we can bring back either Tillman or O'Shea and just really run it back. I think that's the major thing that's everyone's going to talk about, is just run it back 2025 season, and I'm super excited, super pumped up for the Celtics team that come next year.
I agree with you, Godfrey. I think try to get as many of these guys to come back to this Celtics team because, as we've seen with past champions, even if it's just some key end role players that are leaving, look at the Denver Nuggets. They lost Bruce Brown, Jeff Green, and now KCP. Three quality players due to the fact that they didn't want to dip into that luxury tax and extend that money to their owner to pay. Obviously, we're lucky to kind of have Wick Grusbeck to be shelling out that money, even though he might be dipping and trying to evade that system, not trying to pay it down the long haul. But if the Celtics, have Derrick White, Tatum, Brown, Holiday, and Porziņģis locked up for the foreseeable future, it's going to be tough to navigate through these salaries. Even if Horford comes back next year on a cheap contract, they're going to have to extend Hauser. They're going to have to extend. They already have to have Pritchard extended. So they're going to have to look around the edges to look at those guys. I agree with you. I think Tillman and Brissett could be brought back to this team, and I think that they should be definitely looked at. Ultimately, it all depends. Does another team want to give them a better opportunity and a little bit more money than that veteran minimum that the Celtics could be offering? I think with either of those guys, though, you look at how Boston brought them in, you look how Boston utilized them in that system. They were both utilized in successful ways, even throughout the regular season and through the playoffs. And I think having one more season underneath Joe Mazzulla and his head coaching staff, even if they were to bounce after that year, could even boost in their stock a little bit more for either of them if they do come back.
I agree. And as well as I just wanted to point out, I think that's where a lot of other teams really faulted in trying to bring back-to-back championships. We know we haven't really seen a back-to-back champion since the Warriors. I think the biggest thing is that bringing back the core guys, bringing back everyone that just from year to year, that continuity just is what the Celtics are trying to strive to do. Having that continuity and knowing what you're going to get in and out of your players from day-to-day basis is what's really going to bring this team to a 2P and maybe a 3P, not to get ahead of myself, but obviously seeing that these players are great players, we know that it's possible that in the future that they may stay and we can obviously get this next championship.
That's the one thing that I like to see is some of these players realizing that they can go out and get more money. I want to talk to you a little bit about this. Like Derrick White could go out to that free agency market next year, even though this extension isn't hitting this year. Same thing with Jayson Tatum. He could have went out into free agency and made $40 million in free
Exactly.
agency.
200 mil. Yep.
He could have made 200 mil. He took a pay cut. I know $31 million isn't a pay cut, but it is a little bit to a decent degree try to win a championship, try to be that third, maybe fourth star on some nights, but also being that defensive masterclass. Like he loves the city of Boston. He loves the energy the fans can give him. And that's almost what it comes with, too. You got to realize that even though he can still get his money, he's still going to have the appreciation from the fans and be happy in a city that also took him in as a guy who was working up through a role player. This is where he blossomed. So might as well stay and fight with that city and try to ride it as long as they can. It's not like Jayson Tatum or Jaylen Brown are 30, 35. They're young enough to be able to continue. You know what I mean? They're only going to get better.
Oh, that's the best thing about it, is that the only trajectory that they can go is up. And that's why as Celtics fans, all of us, bro, it's just so exciting. I literally cannot be, I am so ready I just need Summer League to just pass by. We just need to get right back into the season. I'm so ready. If the season started tomorrow, I would have my popcorn out and I would just be ready to go. But, we got to wait.
Yeah, I know. I feel you on the summer league. I'm antsing. I know that they think it starts 13th, starts in a couple weeks. I'm antsy. I'm getting ready to watch those games and just get ready into the season. But Godfrey, before we head out, before we leave this video, we got to get to the comment of the day. So everybody, drop down your comments, drop down your feelings, drop how you feel about the Boston Celtics bringing back Jayson Tatum, and you could be featured in the comment of the day. Today's comment of the day goes out to our guy, Garrett Eck, 7524, who actually recently commented on our newest video talking about Wyc Grousbeck possibly buying out of the Boston Celtics. So if you want to check that out, you guys can look at that. But he says basically that he thinks that we will be fine. Wyc is going to find somebody who will be able to take care of this Boston Celtics team and actually will take care of it, and that we have no worries and no issues. My question to you, Godfrey, we kind of talked about it in the group chat. What are your initial thoughts and reactions to this Wyc Grousbeck thing as you were in the video? And I'm believing in this comment. I think that Wyc is going to find someone, if when he does sell it, that is going to trust it. But
I believe that's Wyc is gonna find someone, the perfect person to, get this team and, be able to spend money, continue to spend money into the team and put into the city of Boston. I think the biggest thing is, there's definitely gonna be some suitors. Who doesn't want to have one of the most popular teams of all time, regardless of the sport? So I think Wyc is gonna find the perfect person or the perfect group to come in and just take the organization and bring it and keep going.
exactly. And it can't be the Fenway group. That's all we're hoping for.
Can't be the Fenway group.
Can't be the Fenway group. That's all we're hoping for. But thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of Celtics Digest, where we broke down the massive extension that Jayson Tatum is signing, making him the highest player in the NBA, and why that is so a deserving contract. From your hosts, Bruce Velez and Godfrey Sympre, we'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a great rest of your day, and go Boston Celtics.
Yes, sir.